Have you ever locked eyes with a stranger and felt a spark, as if the universe itself orchestrated that moment? Or wondered why some people bring you to your knees, while others lift you to new heights? In the Buddhist view, every person who crosses your path, whether for a fleeting second or a lifetime, carries a sacred purpose. They not here by chance. They threads in the tapestry of your life, woven through karma, love, and lessons that guide you toward awakening. From the friend who feels like home to the stranger who challenges your heart, each encounter holds a mirror to your soul, revealing who you are and who you can become. In this video, we'll dive into ancient Buddhist wisdom to uncover why people enter your life and how they shape your journey to wisdom and peace. Stick with us, because by the end, you'll see every relationship in a new light and maybe even find the courage to embrace them all with an open heart. Share your story in the comments below. Who has been a teacher in your life, and what did they show you? Let us inspire each other on this path of discovery. 1. The purpose behind every encounter. Have you ever stopped to wonder why someone walked into your life at just the right or wrong moment? It is a question that lingers in the quiet corners of the heart, especially when a stranger becomes a friend, a challenge becomes a lesson, or a fleeting encounter leaves an unshakable mark. In the Buddhist view, nothing in this universe happens by chance. Every person who crosses your path carries a purpose, woven into the intricate tapestry of karma and interdependence, or what we call prat. Tie some up. These encounters are not random. They are sacred appointments, designed to reflect your inner world, spark growth, or guide you toward awakening. Let us explore this ancient wisdom, rooted in the teachings of the Buddha, to uncover why people enter your life and how they shape your journey. Life, in the Buddhist perspective, is a vast web of interconnected energies. Every thought you hold, every intention you set, every action you take sends ripples into this web, creating what we know as karma. These ripples don't just fade. They shape your reality, drawing people into your orbit who mirror your inner state or bring the exact lessons your soul needs. This isn't about reward or punishment, it is about balance, learning, and evolution. When someone steps into your life, it is because there is something unfinished, a thread of connection from this life or perhaps many lifetimes before. Maybe it is a debt to be settled, a wound to be healed, or a bond reborn in a new form. These meetings are sacred because they hold up a mirror, showing you who you are, what you carry, and who you might become. Think about the people who appeared unexpectedly in your life. Some arrive like a warm sunrise, bringing joy, support, or love that lifts your spirit. Others come like a storm, stirring pain, confusion, or even anger. It is easy to embrace the ones who make you smile, but Buddhism invites you to look deeper, beyond the surface of these experiences. The person who hurts you might be your greatest teacher, offering a chance to grow in ways you never imagined. The friend who stands by you could be a soul you've known across lifetimes, tied to you by a deep karmic bond. Every encounter, no matter how brief or intense, is a thread in the fabric of your existence, woven with intention by the universe. They come to teach, to challenge, to guide, or to walk beside you for a time. There is a saying in Zen that resonates deeply. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Sometimes that teacher is a kind soul who brings clarity and peace, lighting your path with wisdom. Other times, it is someone who tests your patience, pushes your limits, or forces you to confront your shadows. Both are essential. Both are gifts. The one who brings ease helps you see your capacity for love and trust. The one who brings struggle helps you forge resilience and compassion. When you embrace this view, you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, you begin to wonder, "What can I learn from this?" This shift opens your heart, softening the edges of judgment and control, and invites a deeper acceptance of life as flow. I've seen this truth unfold in countless moments, my own and others. A chance meeting with a stranger who offered a single sentence that changed my perspective. A painful parting that, in time, revealed strength I didn't know I had. Each person, whether they stayed for a moment or a lifetime, carried a message my soul was ready to receive. Buddhism teaches that these encounters are not just personal. They are part of a greater journey toward awakening. They remind us that we're not isolated beings but part of an infinite web of connection. Every person is a messenger, every relationship a mirror, every moment an opportunity to grow. So why do people enter your life? They arrive because your paths are intertwined through karma, because there are lessons your soul has called for, and because they part of your unfolding toward wisdom and compassion. Whether they bring laughter or tears, they here to help you see yourself more clearly. Greet them with an open heart, ready to receive the wisdom they bring, and you'll all find that even the smallest encounters hold profound meaning. Keep watching, because this is just the beginning of understanding the sacred purpose behind every connection in your life. 2. The invisible threads of connection. What if every person in your life was drawn to you by an invisible thread, woven long before you met? It is a thought that can stop you in your tracks, making you wonder about the deeper forces at play in your relationships. In Buddhism, this force is karma, not a cosmic judge or a fixed destiny, but a living web of cause and effect that ties us to one another across time. Every action, word, and even fleeting thought sends energy into the world, shaping the people and experiences that come your way. These invisible threads of karma are why no meeting is ever random, and understanding them can transform how you see every connection in your life. Let us dive into this profound teaching to uncover how karma weaves the tapestry of your relationships and offers endless opportunities for growth. Karma, at its heart, is about energy and intention. It's not about punishment or reward, but a neutral law of nature, like gravity. Every choice you make, whether it is a kind gesture, a harsh word, or a silent judgment, plants a seed in the garden of your life. These seeds grow, sometimes quickly, sometimes over lifetimes, and they bear fruit in the form of the people who enter your world. That friend who feels like family from the first moment, that stranger who challenges your patience, they not here by accident. They the result of karmic seeds planted long ago, perhaps in this life or in countless lives before. These encounters might be about finishing unfinished business, healing old wounds, or learning lessons your soul is ready to embrace. Karma is the invisible thread that pulls you together, creating connections that feel fated yet purposeful. I've often thought of karma as a vast, intricate tapestry, where every stitch matters. Each intention, each act of compassion or resentment, adds a thread to this fabric, and nothing is ever lost. When someone walks into your life, it is because the energy you've sent out has rippled back, creating the conditions for that moment. You might feel an instant bond with someone, as if you've known them forever, or find yourself clashing with another for reasons you can't quite grasp. Beneath the surface, karma is at work, weaving these moments with precision. Maybe you shared lifetimes together, a teacher, a rival, a loved one, or maybe this is the first time your paths have crossed. Either way, the meeting is a chance to resolve, to learn, to grow. What strikes me most about karma is its neutrality. It doesn't judge or take sides. It simply reflects the energy you create. If you cultivate kindness, patience, and forgiveness, you draw relationships that echo those qualities, like a mirror held up to your heart. But if you hold on to anger, fear, or bitterness, you might meet people who reflect those struggles back, offering you a chance to heal. This isn't about blame, it is about responsibility. By choosing compassion over resentment, you plant new seeds, ones that bloom into connections filled with understanding and love. I've seen this in my own life. Moments where choosing to forgive shifted the energy of a relationship, turning conflict into clarity. Karma reminds us that we're not victims of our circumstances but active creators of our connections. Buddhism teaches that these karmic threads are part of samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In this cycle, we form bonds, some joyful, some painful, but each one carries the potential for transformation. Every person you meet is a step toward breaking free from suffering, a chance to cultivate wisdom and compassion. This perspective shifts how you approach relationships. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you might ask, "What karma is unfolding here, and how can I respond with grace?" There is freedom in this, knowing that karma can be changed, that every mindful choice plants a new seed, empowers you to shape the relationships you attract. So, when someone enters your life, pause and reflect. What thread connects you? What lesson might they bring? By seeing these encounters as sacred opportunities, you transform them into moments of growth. Karma isn't a chain. It is a pathway to awakening, one that you walk with every person who crosses your path. Keep exploring this wisdom, because understanding these invisible threads will change how you love, live, and connect with the world around you. 3. Hidden lessons in every meeting. Have you ever wondered why some people stir your soul in ways that leave you forever changed, while others seem to bring nothing but chaos? It is a mystery that unfolds in every handshake, every argument, every fleeting glance. In the Buddhist view, every person who enters your life is a teacher, carrying a hidden lesson meant to guide you toward wisdom and awakening. These lessons aren't always easy to spot. Some shine brightly, like the loyalty of a friend, while others hide in the shadows of betrayal or pain. Yet, each encounter is a mirror, reflecting your hopes, fears, and untapped potential, inviting you to look deeper within. Let us explore how these sacred meetings, rooted in Buddhist teachings, reveal the lessons that shape your path. Life, as Buddhism teaches, is a journey of learning, and the people who cross your path are the bearers of its most profound lessons. Some arrive with gifts that are easy to embrace: a friend who stands by you through thick and thin, showing you the beauty of trust and compassion. Others bring challenges that test your heart, like someone who betrays you, forcing you to confront forgiveness, boundaries, or self-respect. The Buddha spoke of the 3 poisons: attachment, aversion, and ignorance that cloud our minds. Relationships often stir these emotions. We cling to those who make us feel loved, push away those who cause pain, or misjudge connections because of our expectations. But if you pause and look beyond these reactions, you will see that each person is here to help you untangle these poisons, guiding you toward clarity and inner peace. Consider someone who challenges you relentlessly, sparking frustration or anger. It's tempting to turn away, but Buddhism invites you to see them as a teacher in disguise. Their presence offers a chance to practice patience, to cultivate calm in the face of turmoil. I've felt this myself, moments where someone's harsh words pushed me to breathe deeply and respond with mindfulness instead of reactivity. Without them, I wouldn't have grown in that way. Or think of a time when someone hurt you deeply. The pain might have cracked you open, forcing you to face old wounds or ask hard questions about yourself. That heartbreak, as raw as it was, could have been the spark that led you to a spiritual path, to seek wisdom, or to understand suffering in a new light. In those moments, the person who caused the pain becomes a catalyst for your awakening. Every encounter, Buddhism teaches, is a reflection of your inner world. The people who appear in your life mirror your hopes, fears, wounds, and potential. If someone makes you feel small, they might be pointing to a wound ready to heal. If someone inspires you, they revealing a spark within you waiting to shine. I've seen this in my own life, as stranger's kindness once reminded me of my own capacity for generosity, while a conflict showed me where I needed to let go of pride. These mirrors help you see yourself more clearly, offering insights that bring you closer to your true nature. Each person, whether they bring joy or struggle, is a partner on your path, helping you uncover parts of yourself you might otherwise overlook. There's a Buddhist parable about a grain of sand in an oyster, an irritant that, over time, becomes a pearl. Difficult relationships are like that sand. They may wound or challenge you, but they also help you create something precious: wisdom, strength, compassion. Even the joyful connections, the ones that fill your heart with ease, carry lessons. They teach you trust, gratitude, and the beauty of opening your heart without fear. Every person, from the stranger who offers a smile to the friend who stays through your darkest days, is a teacher. The key is to approach them with awareness, asking, "What am I meant to learn here?" This question shifts how you relate to others, turning every interaction into a step toward enlightenment. Ultimately, no encounter is wasted. Whether it brings laughter or tears, every relationship holds a lesson, a chance to grow in love and understanding. So, the next time someone enters your life, pause and look for the mirror they hold. What do they reveal about you? What lesson is waiting to unfold? Keep exploring, because these hidden lessons are the heart of your journey, guiding you toward a life of deeper wisdom and peace. 4. The seasons of life. Have you ever met someone who felt like a gift from the universe, only to watch them slip away as quickly as they came? It is a bittersweet mystery of life. Some people are only meant to stay for a moment, yet their impact lingers forever. In Buddhism, these fleeting connections are like the seasons of nature, each with its own rhythm and purpose. Just as spring blooms and winter fades, relationships flow through cycles of arrival, growth, and departure. Rooted in the teaching of anicca impermanence, these temporary encounters invite us to embrace life's changes, cherish the present, and let go with grace. Let us explore how these seasonal relationships, seen through the lens of Buddhist wisdom, teach us to flow with life and find beauty in its transience. Buddhism reminds us that nothing in this world is permanent. Anicca, the truth of impermanence, is woven into the fabric of existence. Everything arises, shifts, and eventually fades. Relationships are no exception. Not every person who enters your life is meant to stay forever, and that is not a flaw. It is a feature of life's design. Like the seasons, each connection has its time and purpose. Some people are like spring, bursting into your world with fresh energy, sparking growth or awakening when you need it most. I've known moments like this, a chance encounter with someone who said just the right thing at just the right time, shifting my perspective in ways I still carry. These spring-like souls bring new beginnings, even if their presence is brief. Others are like summer, lingering longer, filling your days with warmth, joy, and shared experiences. These might be friendships or partnerships that color your life with laughter and connection, making you feel alive and whole. But even summer gives way to autumn, and some relationships naturally cool or drift apart. Autumn teaches us the art of letting go. It is in these transitions that we learn change is not a loss but a part of life's rhythm. I've felt the quiet ache of watching a cherished bond fade, only to realize later that its ending made space for new growth. Buddhism encourages us to see the beauty in these shifts, to release our grip without bitterness, and to honor the time shared with gratitude. Winter, too, has its place. Some relationships fade into silence or vanish entirely, leaving a sense of emptiness. Yet, in this stillness, there is wisdom. Winter invites reflection, a chance to turn inward and understand your journey more deeply. I've found that the absence of certain people often reveals lessons about my self-strengths I didn't know I had, or wounds I needed to heal. By seeing relationships as seasons, we learn to welcome each person with an open heart and let them go with the same openness when their time comes. This isn't about detachment in a cold sense. It is about loving fully while trusting life's natural flow. The mistake we often make is believing things should stay the same, that every connection should last forever. But clinging to what was keeps us from living what is. Buddhism's teaching of upekkha, or equanimity, helps us stay balanced through these changes. When someone enters your life, you greet them with kindness. When they leave, you release them with gratitude. This balance allows you to cherish each moment without fear of its end. Every temporary relationship, no matter how brief, becomes part of who you are. The kindness shared, the challenges faced, the growth sparked, they all weave into your story, shaping your path forward. Temporary relationships teach us to embrace life's impermanence with grace. They remind us that every moment is precious precisely because it won't last. Think of someone who passed through your life briefly, a mentor, a stranger, a friend who moved away. They brought something you needed, whether it was love, a challenge, or a nudge toward growth. Honor them by carrying their lessons forward. As you walk your path, more souls will come and go, each leaving a mark that deepens your understanding. Welcome them, learn from them, and when the season changes, let them go with peace in your heart. Keep exploring this wisdom, because these fleeting connections hold the key to living fully in the beauty of life's ever-changing flow. 5. Bonds across lifetimes. Have you ever met someone who feels like home, as if your souls recognized each other before a single word was spoken? As a rare and profound experience, one that seems to defy time and logic. In Buddhism, these deep, timeless bonds are known as eternal connections, karmic ties woven across countless lifetimes. They re not mere coincidences but sacred partnerships, souls who travel with you through the cycles of existence to help you grow, heal, and awaken. These are the people who stay, not just for a season, but through storms and silences, offering a love rooted in freedom and compassion. Let us explore this Buddhist wisdom to understand why these eternal connections feel so profound and how they guide us toward enlightenment. Some relationships carry a weight that feels ancient, as if you were picking up a conversation paused long ago. Buddhism calls this karmic affinity, a bond forged through shared experiences across many lives. These souls might have been your family, your teacher, your friend, or even an adversary who, through cycles of learning, became a companion. When they reappear, there is an effortless understanding, a trust that needs no explanation. I've felt this in my own life, a friend whose presence feels like a steady anchor, someone who sees me fully and challenges me to be my best self. These eternal connections, known as Kalyanamitra or spiritual friends, are more than companions. They re-partners on your path to awakening, standing by you through joy, doubt, and transformation. These bonds aren't always easy, because they re so deeply tied to your soulless growth. They can stir powerful emotions or reflect parts of yourself you've buried. A loved one might push you to face your fears, or a conflict might reveal where you need to soften. Yet, even in tension, there is an unspoken commitment to stay, to work through the challenges together. I've seen this in moments where a disagreement with someone close became a doorway to deeper understanding. Not because it was smooth, but because the bond was unbreakable. Buddhism teaches that these connections are part of samsara, the cycle of rebirth, where you meet again and again to resolve karma, fulfill shared purposes, or simply offer unconditional love. Their presence is a gift, a reminder of who you are and who you becoming. What moves me most about eternal connections is their resilience. They endure not because of possession or need, but because of a shared commitment to growth. These souls don't just comfort you. They challenge you to rise, to embody wisdom and compassion. Yet, Buddhism also teaches non-attachment, even with these profound bonds. The form of the relationship may shift, parent in one life, friend in another, but the essence remains. Letting go of expectations about how these connections should look allows them to evolve freely. I've learned this through relationships that changed over time, yet never lost their depth because the love was never about control. It's about walking side by side, each free to grow, yet bound by a mutual devotion to the journey. In Zen stories, we hear of disciples who part for years, only to reunite as if no time has passed. Their bond, built on shared purpose, transcends the constraints of time. This resonates deeply. There are people in my life whose absence never dims their impact, because our connection is rooted in something eternal. These relationships teach the deepest form of love, one that is spacious, respectful, and grounded in compassion. They not about clinging or dependency but about mutual evolution, where each person's growth lifts the other. When you find such a soul partner, friend, or mentor, cherish them. They rare lights on your path, guiding you not by leading or following, but by walking together. Eternal connections remind us that love is a journey, not a destination. They show us that we're never alone, that our souls are intertwined with others in ways that stretch beyond this life. So, when you recognize someone who feels like forever, honor them by being present, by growing together, and by loving without holding back. Keep exploring this truth, because these bonds are the heartbeat of your spiritual path, illuminating the way to a life of clarity, strength, and peace. 6. Finding inner peace. What if the secret to true peace lies in letting go of the very things you hold most dear? It is a paradox that can feel daunting, yet in Buddhism, this act of release is the gateway to a heart unburdened by fear or control. Detachment isn't about cutting ties or turning cold. It's about embracing life's impermanence, anicca, and loving without clinging. It's about accepting that everything, from relationships to moments, is fleeting, and finding freedom in that truth. By letting go, you create space for love that is pure and open, like holding water gently in your hand instead of grasping it tightly. Let us explore this profound Buddhist teaching to discover how detachment and acceptance lead to inner peace and transform the way you connect with others. The Buddha taught that attachment is a root cause of suffering. We cling to people, moments, and outcomes because we fear their loss, but this grip often creates the very pain we're trying to avoid. We try to control what is beyond our reach, resisting life's natural flow. In relationships, attachment can masquerade as love, but true love, in the Buddhist sense, is spacious and free. It allows others to be who they are, to grow, to change, or even to leave if that is their path. I've felt the weight of holding too tightly, whether to a loved one or an idea of how things should be, and the relief that comes when you loosen your grasp. Detachment means trusting that life unfolds as it should, loving without needing to possess or dictate. This practice becomes a lifeline when facing loss, whether through a breakup, distance, or death. Grief is natural, but clinging to what was traps us in suffering. Buddhism teaches that accepting loss as part of life's cycle allows us to honor the pain, cherish the memories, and move forward with an open heart. I've walked through moments of letting go a friendship that faded, a loved one who passed, and found that acceptance doesn't erase love. It transforms it into something deeper, something that lives on without needing to hold on. By embracing anicca, we learn to treasure the present moment, knowing it is precious because it is temporary. Every smile, every shared silence becomes a gift, vivid and alive. The practice of upekkha, or equanimity, is the heartbeat of this teaching. It's a balanced state of mind that keeps you steady through life's highs and lows. When someone enters your life, you welcome them with kindness, not grasping or expecting them to stay forever. When they leave, you let them go with gratitude, trusting the wisdom of the universe. This balance isn't called it as an act of love, a way of saying, I honor your path, whether it leads toward me or away. I've found this perspective shifts how you experience relationships. Instead of fearing their end, you immerse yourself fully in their beauty, knowing each moment is enough. There is a Buddhist story about a monk who cherished a delicate teacup, yet reminded himself daily, this cup is already broken. By accepting its impermanence, he could enjoy it without fear. I try to carry this mindset with the people in my life. Knowing they won't be here forever makes me listen more closely, love more openly, and forgive more readily. Detachment doesn't mean loving less, it means loving more purely, without the weight of expectation. It is a love that says, I see you, I cherish you, and I set you free to be. This path to inner peace isn't always easy. It takes courage to let go, to trust, to face life's changes without resistance. But in doing so, you free yourself from the chains of fear and control. You create space for new connections, deeper love, and a heart that remains open no matter what comes. Detachment and acceptance teach you that love and freedom can walk hand in hand, that you can hold someone in your heart without holding them back. This is the gift of Buddhist wisdom, a way to live with grace, to love with openness, and to find peace in life's ever-changing dance. Keep exploring this truth, because it will guide you to a life where every relationship, fleeting or eternal, becomes a source of joy and awakening. 7. Building conscious and meaningful relationships. What if the key to deeper, more fulfilling relationships lies not in finding the right person, but in becoming the right person? It is a question that shifts the focus inward, inviting you to cultivate qualities that transform every connection into something sacred. In Buddhism, building conscious and meaningful relationships starts with mindfulness, compassion, and intention. It is about showing up with an awake heart, rooted in practices like loving kindness, metta, compassion, karuna, sympathetic joy, mudita, and equanimity, upekkha. These principles, drawn from the Buddha's teachings, guide us to love more deeply, communicate with truth, and see relationships as mirrors of our inner world. Let us explore how to nurture connections that not only enrich your life but also bring you closer to awakening. The foundation of conscious relationships is mindfulness, being fully present with yourself and others. It begins within, cultivating harmony in your own heart before extending it outward. The practice of metta, or loving kindness, is a powerful starting point. It is about wishing well for yourself and others, asking, How can I bring peace or joy to this person's life? Rather than focusing on what you can gain. IVE found that when I approach relationships with this intention, they become more authentic, grounded in genuine care. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond with understanding, creating a space where trust can flourish. This shift changes everything, turning ordinary interactions into opportunities for connection and growth. Compassion, or karuna, is the next pillar. It is not pity but a deep recognition of another's suffering, paired with a desire to ease it. In relationships, compassion means embracing others' humanity, forgiving their flaws, offering patience, and holding space for their vulnerabilities. I've seen this in moments when listening to a friend's struggles without judgment built a bond stronger than words. Compassion allows you to see others as they are, not as you wish them to be, fostering acceptance that deepens intimacy. It is a reminder that every person is navigating their own journey, and your role is to support, not to fix. Mindful communication, rooted in the Buddhist teaching of right speech, is another cornerstone. This means speaking truthfully, kindly, and with purpose, words that heal rather than harm. Equally important is listening deeply, without interrupting or projecting your own agenda. I've learned that true listening can be a gift, creating trust where there was distance. When you communicate with honesty and respect, you build a foundation where both people feel seen and valued. This practice isn't always easy. It requires pausing, reflecting, and choosing words carefully, but it transforms relationships into safe havens for authenticity. Then there is mudita, or sympathetic joy, the ability to celebrate another's happiness without envy or comparison. In a world that often pits us against each other, this is radical. It means rejoicing in a friend's success as if it were your own, supporting their dreams even if they lead them away from you. I've felt the lightness this brings. Cheering for someone's growth without a hint of resentment creates a bond that is pure and uplifting. Mudita teaches you that love isn't a zero-sum game. There is enough joy to go around when you let go of scarcity. Finally, upekkha, or equanimity, keeps you grounded through the ups and downs of relationships. It's about staying centered, not getting lost in attachment or aversion. With equanimity, you offer a stable presence, loving others without needing to control them. This balance allows relationships to breathe, to evolve naturally. I've found that practicing equanimity helps me stay steady when conflicts arise, offering clarity instead of chaos. It's a quiet strength that makes every connection more resilient. Relationships, in Buddhism, are reflections of your inner world and extensions of your spiritual path. They re opportunities to love more deeply, live more consciously, and move toward enlightenment. Every person you meet is a teacher, every interaction a chance to grow in wisdom and compassion. By nurturing connections with mindfulness, compassion, and integrity, you create bonds that are not just meaningful but transformative. So, as you walk your path, ask yourself, how can I show up with an open heart today? Keep exploring this practice, because it is through conscious relationships that you discover the beauty of connection and the truth of who you are. As we come to the end of this journey, take a moment to think. Who has walked into your life lately, and what might they be here to teach you? Buddhism reminds us that every person, every moment, is a chance to grow, to love more deeply, and to step closer to the truth of who you are. Whether they bring joy or pain, stay for a day or a lifetime, they re part of your solace unfolding, guiding you toward compassion, wisdom, and inner peace. This isn't just a philosophy, it is a way to live, to see every connection as a sacred gift, and to walk through life with a heart wide open. So, as you move forward, carry this wisdom with you. Pause, reflect, and ask, what is the lesson here? Then share it with the world. Join our community by subscribing, and let us keep exploring this path together. Drop a comment below. Tell us about a relationship that changed you and how it shaped your journey. Your story might just light the way for someone else. Thank you for being here. Until next time, keep walking with awareness and love.